The lunar eclipse, details at 5.
I'll get it. Hello? Yeah, Oscar, that's fine. Thank you. Gavin's on his way up.
Good.
Hi.
Hello.
I just came from the tavern. Thanks. It was a mess. I mean, it was a twisted pile of blackened timbers and nothing else. I mean, I don't think they could salvage anything.
It was so terrible.
I know, it's heartbreaking for Mitzi and Poppy, and they're losing their new business before it even gets started.
Yeah, well, it's a big disappointment for a lot of people. I mean, and a loss for the neighborhood.
I know what you
Sid's was
mean.
more than just a
It
restaurant.
was like a social gathering club with a very nice atmosphere. I still can't believe it's gone.
You know, well, as awful as it is, at least no one was hurt.
Mm.
And Poppy Johnson was there alone?
Yeah, but she's all right.
And they don't know how it started?
Well, no, not really. I mean, they have a theory that it started with the electrical wiring, and that's possible. Could also be foul play.
I hope they have insurance.
I hope so, too.
Oh, it's Mitzi I feel so badly for, though. I mean, she just gets over this awful accident, and now this.
Well, trouble comes in bunches, doesn't it?
I hear somebody mention the word trouble. Must have been talking about Nora Fulton.
Why don't you have some coffee?
Yeah, thanks. I need it. Good morning, Gavin.
Morning, Miles.
Has there been any more word from Nora?
Didn't you tell him? Nicole got a telephone call from her last night.
What? She had the nerve to call here?
This is incredible. What did she want now?
Just wanted to add more to the ever-growing pile of nonsense.
Nicole?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it is nonsense, but she says that she knows who beat up Barbara Montgomery.
Oh, who's going to believe what Nora says? She's a pathological liar.
Wait a second. Do you think it's possible that just this one time Nora could be telling the
If she knows who beat up Barbara Montgomery, then let her go straight to the police. I don't want you having anything to do with it. I want a promise from you about that.
All right, well, Miles, I am not going to take her seriously, but I would like to
I
know
mean, I
who
want you to stay away from her. Do you understand me?
Hello?
Good morning, Mrs. Kavanaugh, Nora Fulton. Look, I know you're not alone. Please, be cool. Pretend you're talking to somebody else.
Oh, yes, of course.
I think it's time we got down to business about our little situation, don't you?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm at a coffee shop at Beacon and Grand. Please come here as soon as you can.
Oh, yes, of course I'll be there. Oh, I'm sorry. Really, the only excuse I have is that I forgot. Thank you for calling me, Miss Bailey. All right, I'll see you right away. Goodbye. Oh, dear, I knew there was something I'd forgotten this morning. I have a dentist appointment. Maybe it's because I wanted to forget it.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by new Lemon Fresh Joy for a beautiful shine without towel drying. And by the Comfortable Diaper, Love's disposable diaper.
Some castle, Malcolm.
They've been at it all day long.
Good thing he wears Loves, so he's comfortable all day long.
Love's hourglass design cradles him in comfort.
Loves fits gently, whatever he's up to.
All elastic diapers don't fit the same. Compare yours to Love's. Hold it up to the light. If the padding's wide, it has to bunch up between your baby's legs. Love's padding's curved to fit comfortably.
There goes the kingdom.
At least our little prince is still comfortable.
Your baby's comfort begins with Love's.
My dishes are so beautiful they shine without towel drying.
Dishes shine. Really shine.
And we don't have to dry.
Before I discovered
We discovered new Lemon Fresh Joy.
I had to dry.
Because with other leading brands would usually get spots.
Not with New Joy.
Only our new Joy leaves dishes practically spot-free.
Beautiful. And without a towel.
Fact is, other leading brands can dry, leaving spots. New Joy's unique anti-spotting formula lets dishes dry practically spot-free, down to the shine.
That's beautiful.
Without a towel. So
We've discovered a whole new way to shine.
Try new Lemon Fresh Joy for a beautiful shine, without a towel.
Hello, Martin. It's Mike Carr. Oh, I'm fine, thanks. I think you know why I'm calling. Yeah, would you hold on a second? Nancy, doorbell.
Yes, honey. On my way.
I was wondering if you had any further word on Chief Mallory or Miss Bryson. I see. Nothing at all?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I know you are.
Good, thank you.
Would you get back to me immediately if you get any word?
If they have any information
Yeah.
about Derek.
Thanks, Martin. Goodbye.
Coffee's hot.
Oh, good.
Good morning, David.
Good morning. Any news?
No, absolutely nothing about them from any source.
Well, this is a hell of a situation, isn't it?
Sheer bad luck all around.
Here, help yourself, David. There was one development.
Oh?
Yes, the police found the man that Derek was after. The fellow had used Derek's car. They traced him that way.
Still no sign of Mallory or Miss Bryson?
No. He said that he didn't do anything to hurt them, but he just abandoned them somewhere in the woods.
Well, that doesn't sound very comforting, does it? From what you told me, that's pretty wild country. If they were wandering around in the cold...
Well, I don't think we have to worry too much about their chances for survival. After all, Derek's a pretty resourceful guy. I'm sure they'll come out of it all right.
Yeah, I hope so. Is there anything to report on Raven's progress with Deborah?
Yes, there is something new in that department.
Hopeful.
Nancy and I are now convinced that Raven is as determined as we are to get the information out of Deborah. I think it's finally dawned on her that it means as much to her and Sky Whitney as it does to us.
Yeah, that was a good move of Whitney's, taking Miss Bryson away for the weekend like that. I mean, even if it did end so disastrously. But it looks like Devereaux has bought it so far, don't you agree?
Well, according to Raven, he has. Apparently that was the turning point in they're getting back together again.
Mm-hmm. I suppose it's too early to learn anything of value from Raven.
Well, I'm having lunch with her later. This will be our first official contact since they reconciled.
Oh, it's good. Then things are moving forward again.
I don't know. I'm not so sure, David. Deborah seems to be very close-minded about his business affairs. Now, Raven doesn't quite know how to approach it. She doesn't know how to get him to open up a little bit. She's made several attempts, but he still keeps closing the doors.
Well, I would expect that.
Now, she knows that she shouldn't do anything that might arouse his suspicions. She needs some advice as to how to proceed, so I thought perhaps you might have some suggestions.
Well, I don't know just how you might broach the idea, Nancy, but well, the truth is that people usually reveal intimate things to people with whom they're intimate.
Your morning coffee, sir.
Camilla, you're an angel.
You haven't called me that since I was 7.
It's because you haven't been that since you were 7.
Oh, you wicked thing.
I was just joking, Camilla. You're a model sibling.
Really, Ian, you're so agreeable this morning, it worries me.
I am perfectly entitled to be in a good mood now and again.
Especially after an evening with Raven Alexander.
I won't deny that.
Everything sweetness and light now, hmm?
Yup.
She certainly made a slick turnaround, didn't she?
Well, give me some credit. You don't think I was entirely fooled by her adorable, silly ways?
Well, I'm relieved to hear that.
I know perfectly well that she set her cap for Sky, but that was before I came along.
Did she admit that?
Yes. It stood to reason. He was an attractive prize.
I notice you talk about him conveniently in the past tense.
Yes. He's just a glowing ember of an old flame. The fact that he took somebody else away for the holiday weekend is proof enough for me.
Oh, don't you think that he might just be playing Raven's game out of jealousy?
You are resolutely cynical when it comes to anything to do with Raven.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't take to her as kindly as you do. I find it very hard to believe that she's madly in love with you simply because her old flame, Skylar, has taken someone else out for a weekend tryst.
You know, the one basic flaw in your character, Camilla, is your inherent suspicion of everyone and everything.
Oh, I learned long ago that it's wise to be cautious, Ian.
What do I have to do to convince you that Raven is sincere?
I think a sincere desire on her part to please you might convince me. I might be more inclined to believe her if she had gone away with you for a weekend holiday. Hello? Yes, it is. One moment, please. It's for you. It's long distance from someplace called St. Eleonora, wherever that may be.
It's in the Caribbean. Ian Devereux speaking.
Winston calling, Mr. Devereux.
Ah, Mr. Winston. It's good to hear from you.
I thought you would be pleased to know that your friend is here on St. Eleonora.
I see. Yes, I'm very pleased to know that. Where?
Staying at the Golden Swan Hotel.
The Golden Swan. Well, thanks very much. That's most helpful. Goodbye.
Why so pensive?
I was just thinking. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should invite Raven on a little trip. And I know just the place to combine business with pleasure.
Sinus headache case history number 7, Charlene Paoli.
I started getting my sinus headaches in my early teens.
Describe the pain.
Pain is caused from a pressure in my head, and it's constant.
It sounds like sinusitis.
Introducing maximum strength Tylenol sinus medication, maximum sinus decongestant combined with maximum sinus pain reliever.
I feel so much better you can't imagine. The pressure's gone.
It's good. It's really good.
New maximum strength Tylenol sinus medication, maximum sinus medicine for maximum sinus pain relief.
It's the big sale at Sears.
Honey, honey, wake me up early tomorrow.
Yes, dear.
The semi-annual intimate apparel sale is on now at Sears.
That's nice, dear.
Nice. It's fantastic. 30% off cross and shape bras, double knit bras,
Yes, dear.
slips and shapers, 30% off VIP panties, all Klingalon sheer hosiery. I gotta get there early.
Then why don't you get to sleep?
Okay. For savings on selected intimate apparel, you can count on Sears.
Why does this have to happen to me?
It's a terrible thing that happened. And I know how much the tavern meant to you and Poppy. But it's not going to do you any good to sit here being miserable.
Why not? It's the only pleasure in life I have right now.
Okay, maybe this won't help too much at the moment. But keep in mind that when one door closes, another door opens.
Yeah, and if at first you don't succeed, kill yourself.
Mitzi, you know what you need to do? You need to get out of this apartment. Why don't you go take a walk? Go see a movie. Get your hair done. Eat something fattening.
Okay, talk me into it. No.
And in the meantime, there's something that I can do. As soon as I get to the office, I'm going to check into that insurance matter. Sid must have had insurance, didn't she?
Well, she talked to me a lot about business stuff before she left, but Dee Dee, I really wasn't paying attention. I remember I was so excited about starting a business. How was I supposed to know I need to know about insurance so fast?
That's okay. I'll take care of it. Just think, with the insurance money, you'll be able to start a brand new Sid's place.
Oh, Dee Dee, that's going to take forever. You know, what are Poppy and I supposed to do in the meantime? Get jobs in other restaurants?
Okay, here's another idea. Maybe you can buy a place that's already in business.
Dee Dee, that is a terrific idea. I mean, I could look in the business opportunity section in the classifieds. I mean, I'm sure there are tons of places around here.
See, there you go. That's a great idea.
Well, how long do you think it'll take to get the insurance money?
Well, I wouldn't count on a payoff anytime too soon. If the investigator finds out that it was arson, that might delay the settlement.
But why?
Because they have to be sure that you didn't start the fire just to collect the insurance money.
Dee Dee, you know darn well I didn't start that fire. It was that crazy Nora Fulton.
Mitzi, I know.
And I swear to you, if that woman comes within 10 feet of me again, I'm going to kill her.
Do you want something to eat, honey?
Look, I told you I'm waiting for somebody. All right, Nicole, where the hell are you? What's taking you so long? How dare you keep me waiting like this? I'll give you 2 more minutes, and that's it. Hi, Mrs. Kavanaugh. How are you?
Let's skip the pleasantries. This better be good.
Oh, it is. In fact, it may be the best news you've ever heard.
Hey, Mike, pass some milk.
Coming your way, Gordy.
Nice catch, Gordy.
Rosie, I never miss.
I think you just went into a slump.
Get something quick, Rosie.
Catch this, Gordy. Bounty starts quicker.
Wow.
So you finish quicker.
Hey, you mean only Bounty works that fast, Rosie?
It has to with all the big league bumblers like Gordy around here. Come on, I'll prove it. A top challenger here and Bounty here.
Hey, Bounty starts working a lot quicker.
Like I said, Bounty starts quicker.
So you finish quicker. Gee, that's great.
And now Mike will show us how strong Bounty is.
Huh?
Mike, put that pie on here.
Boy, that is strong. We're convinced, Rosie. Bounty's the champ.
Around here, it's gotta be.
Hey, Rosie, catch.
I never miss. Bounty's a quicker picker-upper. Starts quicker, so you finish quicker.
After 4 hours of world-class tennis, you're exhausted. That's why the soap the Women's Tennis Association supplies its players is Coast Deodorant Soap. With its stimulating scent and lather that feels terrific, Coast refreshes and rejuvenates and picks you up in a way no other soap can. And if Coast can help after this, isn't it just what you need after a day with your kids? No tired is too tired for Coast.
Miles, would you, like some more coffee?
No. Thank you. Thought you and Gavin were going to have breakfast.
Yeah, in a few minutes.
You want to look at the morning paper?
No, thanks.
I know. Did Mrs. Goodman tell you the latest Adam Kavanaugh story? Seems that there's this little girl
His
in
school chum, Melissa. Yeah, she did. It's very cute.
So what do you plan to do today?
Not allowed to do anything today, haven't you heard?
Well, I just thought
I'm on suspension. That means I can't dispense medical advice. I can't do any of the things I seem to have been doing so well for the past 15 years.
Miles, I'm sure the situation will change. It's got to get better.
Really? How? When? Those are big questions right now, aren't
Miles, I'm really very sorry about all of this, and if I could make it all go, I mean, if I could just snap my fingers and make it all go away, I would.
they? I know you would. See, I'm sorry. I got you all upset. I'm acting like a crabby old man this morning.
No, you're not.
I am, I know. So what I think I will do, actually, is go to the hospital and talk to my alternates, see how they're doing with my patients. Does anybody know what time it is?
Yeah, it's close to 10.
10 o'clock. Well, I'd better call Dr. Whitman, as a matter of fact. Let him know a couple of things. Feel very comfortable. He's one of the doctors I've referred my patients to, and he's very good. Dr. Whitman, please. It's Dr. Kavanaugh. Van. Well, yeah, I'm fine, thanks. No, there are just a couple of things I thought you ought to be made aware of. First of all, there are a set of x-rays that are coming over to your office. Oh, you know? You know about those? Okay. No, I ordered a scan because I suspected an aneurysm. Oh, that's all right. You do whatever you think is right, you know? Yeah? Okay. Well, also next Tuesday, you'll be getting a patient named Mrs. Fitzsimmons, and she's a dear lady. No, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were in a rush. No. That's okay. No, we'll talk later. Fine. Fine. All right, keep in touch. Goodbye. You two, excuse me, I'm gonna go get dressed, all right?
So long. He looks like he's been run over.
I know. He's so depressed, I don't even know what to do for him. Kevin, I'm really worried about him.
Is he still drinking?
No, of course not. He had a little too much to drink that one night, and that was it. And, you know, as a matter of fact, while we're on this subject, I did not like the way you answered Damien and Calvin's questions.
What are you talking about? What
You
questions?
told them Miles was drunk.
But he was, Jody, completely. He couldn't even walk.
Made it sound a lot worse, and I wish you would not do it again.
Do what? Tell the truth?
Look, from now on, if anybody, the police or anybody else, asks you what happened that night, you just tell them that Miles was slightly tipsy, that's all.
Don't ask me to lie.
There are some things that are a lot more important than the truth.
I bet my life you wouldn't say that to Norah Fulton.
You're just being rotten. I don't even know why I asked you here to breakfast.
Or will you get to the point? Say what you have to say, or I am leaving. Do you know who beat up Barbara Montgomery, or don't you?
All right, look, calm down, will you? I know everything that happened, believe me. I'm her closest friend, you know? And you'll remember that I'm the one that brought your husband to her apartment that night.
Yes, I remember.
I know exactly what happened there afterwards.
What?
You know, when I spoke to Barbara, well, the poor girl sounded pretty upset. She said that your husband was pretty hostile.
An impression which you have encouraged.
That's not true. You're wrong. I know that he didn't actually harm her, but I know who did. And I know that person was in the apartment after your husband passed out in the bedroom.
I knew it.
All right, now listen, just let me finish, all right? I'm sure you'd like to know the name of that person, wouldn't you?
You know perfectly well I would. Who is it? I said, who is it?
I hate to keep you hanging like this, but you're aware that I'm out of a job, aren't you?
Yes.
To put it bluntly, I need cash. So the next question is, how much is the answer worth to you?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Compare Sara Lee All Butter Pound Cake to anybody else's. Buttery. Moist. Fresh.
Compare? If you ask me, nothing tastes like Sara Lee.
Nobody does it like Sara Lee.
They say you're a penny pincher.
I get my money's worth.
What if I gave you your favorite album for that penny? How about 5, 10, 11?
11?
See TV Guide for the great 1-cent sale from the Columbia Record and Tape Club. Choose 11 albums for a penny when you join.
I don't know.
Okay, fill in the gold box and you get an extra album.
12 for a penny? That's fair.
Now in TV Guide and these magazines.
Starting January 3rd, you could be a winner when Daytime Dilemma returns. Here's how to enter. Send your name, address, and phone number to Daytime Dilemma. Post Office Box 1, New York, New York, 10046. Send in your postcards. We may be calling you to play Daytime Dilemma.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
thought you and Gavin were gonna have breakfast.
No. Gavin decided he wasn't hungry and he would go home. It's probably just as well.
Well, well, well. I see you're running true to form. This is the Nora Fulton blackmail special, is that it?
Blackmail is a very unattractive word, Mrs. Kavanaugh.
Well, yours is a very unattractive proposition. You are offering to change your story about Miles for a price?
Listen, I not only know who hurt Barbara, I know the name and where that person is, and I can prove to the cops that that person met her and followed her home, that has got to be worth something to you. I can get your husband off the hook. I'll only do it for a price. I don't say anything for less than, say, $10,000? Maybe $20,000. With $20,000, I could get out of this town and start up someplace else.
Will you include something else for that price?
Depends on what it is.
An admission that my husband never attacked you that night?
Plus immunity from prosecution?
Yes.
25. 25 for the whole package.
Like most mothers, I'm a worrier. And when my Cindy's teacher called and said she was having trouble seeing the board, I took her straight to the Pearl Vision Center. The doctor gave Cindy all kinds of tests and then took the time to talk to me. This is my baby. Do you think I trust her eyes to just anyone?
Nobody cares for eyes more than Pearl.
Tonight, postseason college football action explodes in the first meeting ever between highly ranked West Virginia and Florida State in the Gator Bowl. And Saturday night, the national championship is at stake when #1 Georgia and #2 Penn State meet in the Sugar Bowl. Tomorrow, Ronnie Millsap, Jermaine Jackson, the Go-Go's, Hal and Oates, and Barry Manilow join hosts Anson Williams and Lydia Cornell with Dick Clark, live from Times Square on New Year's Rockin' Eve.
Do you think we might wake up someday and be aware of all the game?
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, will the Reaganomics of '82 become the Reagan recovery of '83? Will American car sales stage a comeback? Will unemployment lines get shorter? Economics editor Dan Kortz looks to the new year. ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
Just a little touch and just a little touch. Just a little touch, just quality.
Evita at the Broadway Theater.
Coming up on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, moments ago, police told us they found the young New Jersey boy who was kidnapped more than a month ago. That boy may have been taken to a cabin owned by a group that advocates sex between men and young boys. We'll have a full report and this.
Eitan Pates' parents say their hopes have been raised a little. I'm Mark Haynes. I'll have that story.
Also, this morning's lunar eclipse. All this and much more on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News.
Knowing how good my chickens are isn't good enough for me. So every week, I have my people go out and buy cases of my competitors' birds. We put them through the same rigid inspection that our own Purdue chickens have to go through. It costs me a lot.
You can't always see or taste them, but look how it traps them. Be sure of the water your family drinks. Right, kids?
Right.
Would you like my autograph?
No.
Drink whatever you want.
Be sure of your water, a great gift at these fine stores.